Okay, fluorescent lights work in the garage. This is the ladder going into the attic space. The rails do not extend properly, and the feet do not fit properly. It's kind of dangerous. Hey y'all, watch this. This is my safety training video. Coming it on up. All the fasteners look like they were done properly. That's good. Don't mind saying something nice. Lots of storage in the attic. Alright. It's framed pretty nice. We have collar beams here. Alright. Coming on up. There's a few screens. Not many screens, but there's a few. What's missing here is these collar beams. We're right about over the hallway next to the formal dining area. We got some hips coming up here. We probably don't need a collar beam there and there. It might not be necessary. Seems to me like there should be a collar beam right here. Alright. Coming up here, this gas line. There should be a board over it, a curb next to it, painted so that people can't just step on it. And pedestrian traffic doesn't mess with your gas lines. Insulation, loose fill insulation. I'm seeing a lot of ceiling joists in here. I doubt you got 6 inches. 6 inches maybe. The insulation should not be next to the white canister lights, ceilings for the ceiling. Those should have been in boxes and insulated and covered. This is an unusual application. I can't remember seeing a whole house central vacuum system in an attic before. Tough. So what it does is it blows all this dust on your insulation, which compromises your insulation because dust has minerals in it which are conductive. So this is doesn't have a care and use manual. It's beyond the scope of this inspection, but there it is. All right, this gray plastic sheath tape. Okay, that's it's by Corning in the 80's, kinked. Okay, it's all exceeded its economic life. This stuff was in a class action lawsuit that's been settled years ago. There's no money left in this. All right. But they all agreed that it was horrible stuff, and it was recalled. They quit manufacturing it, and they settled out in a class action lawsuit. So this, all this gray plastic sheath duct should have been replaced. You shouldn't use cloth tape on your duct. Okay, this is the insulation on your skylight right here, and it's off of the skylight. And over here, with the house again, it faces south. So this is the east side. Right here, we got lots of rat dookie up here, lots of rat piss. All right, urine. All right, feces and urine. Shallow P-trap was not insulated. The manufacturers don't usually like shallow traps, and they want it insulated. You can see the water stain on the floor beneath that there. Okay, on this side, I think it's 16 by 20 by 4 over there. That's where your air filter is. They just pop right out. I was here, I popped it out, and I popped both of them out. And then your gas line does not have a sediment trap over here, and your flues should stay together on their own. You shouldn't require tape on your flues. So these flues have tape on them. Alright, this flue is right next to the refrigerant line insulation, and neither one of these flues have support. And both of these indoor air handlers, furnaces if you will, both of them are improperly supported with perforated plumber's tape, metal plumber's tape. They have one strand. This one's got 2 strands. The other one I think has 1 strand. 3. Okay, so this one has 1 strand of perforated. There's another. This one, okay. This one, it could be argued that this one's properly supported. I'm not prepared to argue about it. But all this duct is leaky. Okay. All this duct, there's next to the plenums. This is the wrong kind of duct. This is not the same as this duct. All right. I'm not saying that it's nice. I'm not saying that it was installed right. I'm just saying that it wasn't recalled. It wasn't part of that class action lawsuit that I'm talking about. This duct is. All right. coming along here. Like again, we got 6 inches, 7 inches of loose fill fiberglass, sagging duct. It shouldn't sag more than 1/4 of an inch. Coming along here, that is some kind of a vent. I have no idea, and I think I'm just going to have to go look at that contraption downstairs and see what it is that I'm seeing. Right now, at this point in time, I cannot identify it. It looks like there is a vent that's actually going outside, but this bathroom vent actually vents into the attic. All the moisture from the bathrooms comes up into the attic. If we go over here, that's the master bedroom, what we're looking at. Let's see if I can zoom us in here a little bit. Whee! Alright, that cracked me up. Alright, see those buckets over there? The aperture's too small now. I'm starting to get a battery warning too. I might lose you. Alright, those are rain buckets. When it rains, then those buckets fill up and then they evaporate and you never know you have a problem. Then we've got a tarp over here, over this end. That would be the west end of the master bedroom. There's a tarp laid out there, a plastic tarp, and that's going to catch the water that leaks from the roof. These are indications that the roof has leaked. Okay, it doesn't look like it's leaking today, but it's not raining today either. Air conditioning duct, it's okay to go across the attic floors as long as it goes perpendicular with the floor joists, okay? That's one's perpendicular. It's the wrong kind of duct, but it is perpendicular. But we come over here, these are going diagonal. That's stretching it a little bit in my book. And so we come on along here. This is the West indoor air handler. Is about the same. The purlins look nice. They have stiffeners on them. The framing is pretty decent. 36 inches of service access in front of these units. I think that's stretching it a little bit personally. I'd be hesitant to say that you had 36 inches. Okay, but here we go. And this one has 2 perforated and 2 solid tapes. So this one's halfway not hung right. How about that? This filter is a little larger. It's a 20 by 25 by 4. It has all the same sins. It's got a little bit of rust in that pan. A good friend, a colleague of mine, got some blowback because of that, so I'm going to say there's some rust in there. Shallow P-trap, not insulated. Insulation too close to the white can lights. Sagging duct. Okay, even though this is an approved flex duct, this one's sagging. I'm not seeing, for all the soffit vents, I'm not seeing any soffit vent baffles. So the attic doesn't seem to be ventilated as well as it should be, especially with that little monster over there going. Okay, the flues are not properly supported and properly sealed with tape. And again, lots of feces, lots of urine. I apologize for my crude vocabulary sometimes. Okay, lots of storage in the attic. Again, collar beams. So the framing actually looks, except for this one questionable collar beam, which I may or may not be right about, but all the framing looks, pretty straight up. I'm not supposed to really say it looks good, but it does. Okay, so it does to me today at this time. The biggest sins up here is that roof leaking. All this air duct is bad. Missing the insulation on the skylight tunnel there. I like to come over here. I just don't want to reach over all this foul stuff. Try this one more time. I'm gonna